Benny Damon, big fights. Nikita Tszyu-Michael Zerafa. What's your overall sort of impressions on this fight and the build-up so far?
Well, the highlight of the build-up clearly has been your interactions with Michael yesterday. I was just so pleased to see that one of the great feuds in Australian boxing was settled. That he said that you two are sweet now. Did he give you a one-on-one today, though?
He did not, but he let me sort of, ask him a couple of questions in the scrum. But you could tell he was sort of a little bit like, here we go. But it's good.
Oh, it's all good, though. It's patched up, and I think that's important. He patched up his beef with Billy Polkinghorne. He's just on a mission of love, isn't he? He's trying to really transition out of that former bad guy into being Australia's boxing darling. I've heard a few people. Jeff Horn yesterday pulled him up on that. Anthony Mundine's not happy about it either because he thought he was going to be the next Chock. But that's what Michael wants to do. So let's see how that plays for him in a boxing sense tomorrow when he's not going to be that polarising figure. He said in my chat with him on the stage there after he weighed in that he just hopes they both go in and come out healthy and all those sort of nice positive thoughts, which certainly is not like the Zerafa of old.
What do you made of the mind games in this fight? Obviously, Michael's putting a lot of the pressure on Nikita. Nikita's saying there's no pressure on me. You're the one with the pressure. What do you made of the mind games in this one?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like they've both sort of gone hard at times and then pulled back. I don't know if you watched the face-off that I did with the pair of them, but Zerafa was old school Zerafa there. He was laying it on, and in other times Nikita has done the same thing, particularly with regards to the Mickey hat and stuff. But then they have been really good friends at times. So I don't know. It was interesting, though, at the face-off after the weigh-in today, they really clashed, didn't they? They went in there and they were right up in each other's faces, like shoving. So whatever's gone on, it doesn't matter because they know what this means in the context of their professional boxing careers, in terms of that blood feud between Zerafa and the Tszyus. So it's going to explode. Whatever happens, that is inevitable tomorrow night.
Were you surprised at the face-off today? We haven't really seen Nikita, that sort of animated, the forehead to forehead. Did that catch you by surprise?
Yeah, it probably did, but when you think about it, it makes sense. That's what he has to do. He has to put it on Michael Zerafa. That is his path to victory, is to test out a guy who hasn't, realistically, he hasn't looked great for quite some time. He got stopped badly by Erislandy Lara. He's had 2 fights since then, but against lower level opposition, and it's hard to sort of line that up. The Tommy Brown fight was what it was. You go back to Danilo Criati, he didn't look good. So he has to test what's in front of him, Nikita, and he showed that intent at the face-off today, that he's going to, I think, get out there and just try and break through this guy and see what will there is that's left. On class, Zerafa has it all. He's had 39 professional fights. He's fought for world titles. He's been a Commonwealth champion, as he likes to talk about so much. He's fought against all these big names, Peter Quillen, Kell Brook, and so on and so forth. He beat Jeff Horn at a point, who was about to go to Japan and earn millions of dollars to fight against Ryota Murata for a world title. I was going to go and call that fight, and I was rather disappointed that it went the way it went. But, credit to Zerafa, he then set up that incredible second fight. He's done a lot, and he has class. He's a brilliant boxer. We saw what he did to Isaac Hardman. But since then, I don't know what version we've seen of him. It could still be there. He could still be a brilliant boxer. He could still be that guy that we saw against Isaac Hardman. But Nikita Tszyu has to find out, and he showed today how he intends on doing that.
Who's got more at stake in this fight? A loss for Michael Zerafa, and people are saying that's curtains for him, and a loss for Nikita. Tim's been sort of patchy lately. That would be a big damage to the Tszyu brand. Who's got more at stake in this fight?
Oh, both of them have everything at stake, don't they? Because I guess there's an ample path towards dragging Nikita Tszyu back to stardom if he were to lose against a guy with this level of experience, a former world title challenger. So you can do it. but it's going to slow things down a lot, and he doesn't want to slow down. And the thing with him is we don't know what he's going to do. He's crazy. So he could just disappear tomorrow into the jungle and never be seen again, you know. So a loss, it slows things down, and we don't know how much time we have with this version of Nikita Tszyu. Zerafa, yeah, if he were to lose to a guy having his 12th fight, that's really rough for him. But I know that he believes that the international stage is where he belongs, so perhaps he can get back into the rankings after that, and and find his way back into these big fights. He's well ranked at the moment. It would be disastrous for him at this stage and at this age, but there is a path back. So it's a very, very bad loss for whoever gets it, but there's always ways back in boxing.
And some big news for Liam Paro this past week as well. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, that's great, isn't it? That he was meant to be fighting in the co-main event against Paddy Donovan in a world title eliminator. That fell over. Paddy Donovan unwell and deciding not to come to have that fight. So that's obviously very disappointing for Paro. He wanted to be a part of this show, but the IBF has now said that they're heading towards that fight instead with Lewis Crocker for Liam Paro. So he goes, rather than eliminate, he gets the world title fight. So disappointing that he's not on this show, but that's much better. You cut out that fight and you go straight into the big one, and who knows if that ends up over there in Ireland or it ends up here in Australia. I know that No Limit will be keen to bring it here, that's for sure, and I'm sure that Matchroom similarly will be keen to have another big show in Ireland, but it's a very winnable fight, a world title fight in the second weight division for Liam Paro. So he's gone from that position of abject disappointment to being really excited about what is next. And what is next appears to be a world title fight, so that's great.
Massive. Tszyu, obviously a good bounce back win for him about a month ago now. There were some critics saying he could have got Velasquez out of there. What do you make of that? And I guess what have you made of Tszyu's new team, and what trajectory can we see from him moving forward?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good performance. You could tell he was just relieved at the end of that fight. He really wanted to show that he still has it, show it to himself as much as anything. I think he did show that. He probably could have and maybe should have got that guy out of there because he had him hurt and busted up pretty early on, and he was dominant throughout. But he didn't really care. He was just happy to get in there and cruise. So I think that's fine. I don't think we'll see a cruising version of Tszyu again anytime soon. All the rumours, and everyone's talking about it here, is this Errol Spence fight for Tszyu. I don't know anything official about that, but that would be fantastic. We haven't seen Errol Spence for a long time, and he was dismantled by Terence Crawford. But that's that loss has held up pretty well. He's gone off and bashed up Canelo since then. So that'd be a great fight at the stage of the careers that both of those guys are at. You'd imagine that's an American fight, but if that were to come to Australia, that's enormous. I know that Tim was rumoured to be lined up for Errol Spence at a point previously for a fight in Australia, and that would have been big at the time. But this is a huge opportunity if that were to happen. But if not, there's so many other good names. Little bit of speculation, and I know Tony Harrison, who has reached out to me a lot of times about wanting a rematch with Tszyu. I still like that fight because that was huge. That was so much fun. Tony Harrison had a really good win the other day. You could do that again. I just think, Tim he needs someone with a bit of a name next. He needs to sort of continue to work on these new things with his new trainer and his new team. There's lots of opportunities for him going forward. He's still such a big name. He still derives so much interest, and he's a more mature person and boxer at this stage. So, the future's exciting for him.
Last one, just final thoughts on this fight. Nikita Tszyu-Michael Zerafa must be keen. Big coverage. Paulie, Sean, it's all looking good.
Yeah, it's a cast of thousands. I think I'm calling some of the fights with Sean Porter and Paulie Malignaggi. So I don't know if I'll say any words during those fights, but that'll be fun with a couple of legends like that. Jimmy Lennon's just turned up as well. He's going to be ring announcing with obviously Stephen Payos doing the rest of the show, lots of other bits and pieces happening. It's a big show. It's got a big fight field. They're going to have 10,000 people there at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. A big audience watching, of course, on Main Event and on DAZN in New Zealand. I just saw. And I don't know if they're going anywhere else, but the more the merrier. It's such a good fight. Everyone's been saying 50-50. Look, the way I see it, if the best version of Michael Zerafa turns up, he wins the fight. I just don't know if that version exists anymore. I can't be sure it doesn't, but that's what I'm fascinated to see, because he's a brilliant boxer, Michael Zerafa. He's fantastic. And if he is on his game mentally and physically, he'll win. But I just don't know if he's going to be, and we won't know until we start in this fight. We see how he has coped with the occasion, and we see how he reacts to that furious Nikita Tszyu that I think we're going to see early in this fight. It's fascinating. First round is going to be just compelling, and I'm really looking forward to calling this fight. Domestic rivalries are fantastic. They're so much fun to be a part of, and this is the latest chapter of one of those, and it's going to be a really good one, I think.
Nice one. Thanks, Benny.
Thank you.